Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and unpack some absolutely massive breaking news. For years, literally years, Wall Street has been waiting for the ultimate aerospace prize to go public. And while today, we are breaking down the monumental news that SpaceX is actually making its move. This isn't just another standard tech offering, you guys. This is a maneuver that fundamentally bridges the gap between traditional finance and, honestly, the cosmos. So let's look at the mechanics of this filing, the absolutely unbelievable numbers they are targeting, and what this massive influx of capital is specifically meant to build out there in the black.
So the gears are officially turning. We're starting with the concrete action that set this whole thing in motion. SpaceX has submitted the formal paperwork. They are officially crossing that critical legal threshold from just industry rumor to actual Wall Street reality. And by initiating this process, SpaceX is tearing down the wall of its notoriously private, fiercely guarded financial structure. You know, Elon Musk has historically been extremely hesitant to take his space ventures public. He's often cited the distraction of, quarterly earnings reports. So this filing, it signals a massive shift in strategy. They are officially preparing to invite the global public to invest directly in their vision for multiplanetary life.
Now, what's really interesting about this next point is the sheer unprecedented scale we're talking about here. We aren't just talking about a standard tech debut. We are looking at an event that is poised to be the largest initial public offering in human history. Let that sink in. To aim for that title means they're preparing to completely shatter previous financial benchmarks set by historical heavyweights like Alibaba or even Saudi Aramco. It's the kind of tectonic shift that inherently commands the attention of, well, basically every major financial institution, sovereign wealth fund, and retail investor on the planet. This right here is the exact moment the space economy truly goes mainstream.
Okay, so the crucial point is the target valuation. Are you ready for this? A staggering figure of up to $1.7 trillion. A figure so massive, it honestly requires a second just to let the scale of it sink in. To really put that $1.7 trillion into perspective, it instantly places SpaceX in the rarefied atmosphere of established tech titans like Amazon and Alphabet right out of the gate. We're talking about a valuation that's literally higher than the GDP of many developed nations. It is just an unprecedented economic statement of intent. It signals exactly how much leverage they plan to pull from the public markets to fuel their next massive phase of growth.
But of course, that begs the multi-trillion-dollar question, doesn't it? Why exactly does SpaceX need this unprecedented level of cash right now? What monumental projects require this level of funding? A target this massive isn't just an exit strategy for early investors. No, it's a literal war chest. So to understand this maneuver, we have to look really closely at their operational roadmap. The source data points us directly to a specific, dual-pronged strategy that explains exactly where this immense pool of public capital is destined to go.
And this perfectly illustrates the answer. The capital is aggressively earmarked for two colossal simultaneous endeavors. First up, there's the bleeding edge of their aerospace engineering, Starship. Building and testing the ultimate next-generation launch architecture, these are the rockets meant to carry unprecedented payloads all the way to Mars, is an incredibly capital-intensive challenge. I mean, R&D at this scale burns through cash at rocket speed. But alongside that, they are aggressively pushing the global expansion of Starlink. This is the massive infrastructure deployment meant to provide high-speed satellite internet to every single corner of the globe. They need these historic levels of funding because they're trying to simultaneously build the world's most ambitious space transportation system and a globe-spanning communications network meant to eventually generate endless cash flow. It's wild.
So what does this all mean for the future? Will the largest IPO in history actually be enough to successfully fuel both Starship and Starlink? We want to leave you with this final provocative thought to ponder. The paperwork is filed, the $1.7 trillion target is set, and their ambitions are, quite literally, moonshots. The ultimate test right now is whether this unprecedented influx of Wall Street capital can seamlessly translate into revolutionary technology in orbit without the intense pressures of public markets slowing down their notoriously fast-paced innovation. That's going to be the real balancing act. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, everyone. Definitely keep your eyes on the horizon as this historic filing unfolds.